welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be talking all things beauty related, and I'm basically focusing it more on the makeup aspect, and I wanted to do a favorites video, but I have so many favorites for makeup wise, and so I decided to kind of cut the two in different sections. So basically this is all going to be my beauty favorites and like what I'm currently using, because I feel like whenever you watch my makeup videos, I'm just sitting there doing my makeup and I don't tell you exactly what I think about that product that I'm actually using, because I'm going so quickly through my makeup routine. So I'm basically just going to go through every product that I am currently using and going to go in and talk about it. That way you can know whether or not you should get it or try it out or anything like that. And also let me know down below what you thought of these different products that I talk about in the video. So without further ado, let's get into the video. For face primers, I have been really loving the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless 12-Hour Primer. This stuff has been my holy grail go-to like face primer for a couple of months now. I've actually used it because if you look back in my older videos, I used to be obsessed with the Benefit Poreless Primer, and I've kind of gone to where I don't really like it that much anymore. And so this has been my new favorite lately, has been the Tarte Clean Slate Poreless Primer. It just works so much better in my opinion. And another primer that I like to use that I've been using since the beginning of me wearing makeup basically has been the Urban Decay Eye Primer Potion. You see me wear this in every one of my makeup videos. It has been one of my favorites, although I have been hearing from other beauty gurus and people that do their makeup on YouTube that they have been using their concealer instead of using an eye primer because it covers up a little bit better than just eye primer. So I don't know, I'll have to try that out, and let me know if you try any of these little tricks out as well. Moving on to foundation, I have a couple of things that I want to talk about with foundation. So my top two at the moment right now have been the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation, and my new favorite has been the Too Faced Born This Way Foundation. Now, most of the time when I do my makeup, I normally won't use the primer from the primer and the foundation from the exact same company, just because I've kind of used different products from different companies. And I feel like sometimes it just doesn't work well together. I feel like different products work well with each other rather than the same brand on every product. So I think that this, however, has been my favorite duo, has been the Tarte primer that I talked about earlier, and then the Amazonian Clay actually work really well in my opinion, and I really like it. And then my actual foundation that I have on right now has been the Born This Way foundation. I found out about it, I've been hearing from like all different YouTubers, but my favorite YouTuber at the moment that has been raving about this for months now has been Kayla Nicholson, and I am obsessed with her videos. I love her videos. Her My Life Mondays are my favorite thing ever, and she always talks about this, and I had to pick it up and try it out, and it has been my new favorite foundation to use because I just think it works so well on my skin, and I just really like it a lot. Going on to like older favorites, I think I've used both of these in my older videos, but these two BB cream-ish type of foundations I've used. These are all drugstore, so like if you don't want something that's high-end, I would recommend trying out the Revlon Color Stay foundation because this has been one of my favorites. A while back, I did find out that it's kind of like, people used to say that it's really similar to the Makeup Forever, so if you're into that stuff but you don't want to spend too much on it, then I would try this out. This is like one of my favorite foundations that I've used for the longest time. I've used this for forever. I think this actually was, no, my very first foundation was a clean foundation from CoverGirl. But then my second one was the Revlon one. But these two right here, these are kind of more on the BB cream side. And I haven't really used this one that much at all in a while. But this is the Maybelline BB cream. And then this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I feel like this is more of a BB cream coverage than like a foundation coverage. But yes, those are all of my foundation favorites and what I think about them. So let's move on to concealers. I will be talking about a few dupes that I have found through using different makeups, and one of them is my concealer. I've gone through so many different concealers. I've tried the Naked Skin from Urban Decay, I've tried Boing from Benefit, I have tried Stay Don't Stray from Benefit, and this NARS one, which has been my favorite for a while now. But I have recently come along to using the Wet n Wild foundation that looks like this, and the bottles look very, very similar. However, the NARS one, this little tiny bottle, is $12 and this bottle is $4. So you get a better deal with this one, and it's the exact same color, the exact same coverage. Everything is literally the exact same. So if you are looking for a new concealer and you don't want to spend a lot on concealer, because lately a lot of people have been highlighting with it and they've been using a lot on their face rather than just blemishes and under the eyes. They've been highlighting and stuff like that, so you use a lot more of it now than people would back then. So I would say to pick up the Wet n Wild concealer and try it out. Another concealer that I have been wanting to try, but I haven't gone to pick it up because I'm so far away from high-end makeup. But it has been I think it's called the Tape Up or Shape Up concealer from Tarte, I believe. And I have been wanting to try it out for a while. I just haven't picked it up yet. But yeah, but I think that I'm probably just going to wait a while and just stick with the Wet n Wild one that is literally $4, and I can pick it up whenever because I have a Walgreens close to me. And so I just really like this for a concealer. Moving on to powders, highlighters, contour, all of that stuff. I have another dupe actually. So I guess we can start off with powders. Let's see. The powders that I have been using lately have been my go-to Stay Don't Stray from Rimmel. Has been one of my favorites lately. Obviously I use it in every single one of my videos, and I've also picked up the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder. But I have been recently watching a ton of people with makeup. This is partially why I've been wanting to film this video. And they have all been talking about the Laura Mercier setting powder. That's the loose setting powder. And using it for setting your concealer and then all over. Which I've seen a few people will use it for both. And then some people will just use this for setting your concealer. And then they'll use a different powder for all over the face. But this has been one of my new favorites, and I've tried it out recently and I love it. And I just got the little tiny one first just to try it out, and I've really, really been loving this. I have tried the NYX Photo Finish Setting Powder, but it's just so much powder, it just flies everywhere. And I think it may also be because I did use a big fluffy brush, but this I use just with my beauty blender, and I'll bake with it, and it's just and it doesn't have any flashback to it, so that's really, really nice that it has no flashback, because people that take pictures do not want flashback. My next thing to talk about is blushes, and I'm not a huge blush person. I don't really wear blush that often. I actually do have a few mini little colors that I've gotten in like little sets and things. I just haven't tried them out yet, but the ones that I have tried out are and actually they're very, very they kind of look similar, so they could be a dupe. But this is the one that I've used in my recent video. It's the Too Faced Sweethearts Perfect Flush Blush and Peach Beach. and it looks like this, and it's really, really pretty, and I love the colors of it. I don't have it on today. I just kind of did a simple look today, but I do wear this a lot of the time. And then the dupe for it, I guess, I don't know, but this is the Milani Baked Blush in Rose Dior from like drugstore, and it basically looks similar. It just has all the colors kind of mixed in together. So I would say this is a dupe, but it's awesome. I haven't used this as much because I really like this one a lot, but I did start off using this one before I bought the other one. For highlighters, I have gone through different highlighters. I've gone through drugstore ones, I've gone through high-end ones, and I think I have to say I have my favorite highlighters, and they recently came out, so if you haven't picked them up, you need to go pick them up because they're the best highlighters. And they are the highlighters that Aspen Ovard worked with Pixie and created them. And this is the London Luster one, and this is the Santorini Sunset. I use the Santorini Sunset a lot more than the London Luster one because it's more of the like peachy, like darker, like tanner tones, because my blush kind of mixes well with it because it's that bronzy kind of color versus the normal like highlighter like color that's like the light white shimmery color. So I have those two. I do want to try her blush that she came out with, the Rome blush, but I have not been able to pick it up because every time I go into Target to try to get this, it's always sold out. That's the one thing that I cannot pick up. And actually, moving on to eyes, I will be talking more about these, but moving on to eyes, I have so many different palettes that I go through on different times of the year, but my three that I have been hooked on for the longest time have been the Naked Smoky palette, the Lorac Pro Contour palette, which is very random, but yes, I do use this on my eyes. I actually used it today, and the Chocolate Bar palette from Too Faced. The two colors that I like, or the colors that I like in the Naked palette, have been the last two colors, which are Combust and 13. They're just more blendable colors. Like I like to use 13 as my highlight and on my brow bone, and then Combust to like blend everything out so it doesn't look like a bunch of different colors, you know. And I use the highlighting one. I don't know if I can show you. I use the highlighting one, like the end one on the opposite end, a lot for like to do like a glittery look on the lid. I'll use that sometimes. And then for, obviously you've seen, I did a tutorial, the last tutorial that I did was for the Chocolate Bar palette, and basically I use pretty much the exact same colors that I used in that video. The Salted Caramel is a favorite, Creme Brulee is a favorite, Milk Chocolate and Semi-Sweet have been my favorite colors to use in this palette right now. And then for the contour kit, I have used this for contour, but my go-to colors just are the end colors, the beige highlight and the light contour, just those two for doing my eyes or doing contour. For mascara, I have been, basically I actually got into using my eyelash curler a lot more. I haven't really used it that much, but I will use it. And an idea for if you are having problems with like curling your lashes and don't really know how to do it, make sure you take time to curl your lashes like you would curl your hair. And also, a good tip is to heat this up. So you can either like heat it up with your hands like this or use a blow dryer, which I think the blow dryer works a little bit better. But yeah, so that's a few tips that I have found out from curling my lashes, has been to heat your lash curler up before you use it. And take time on each lash. Don't just go one pump and you're done, because it takes a little bit of time more to make your eyelashes pop. Moving on to mascara, I have a few that I kind of switch between. I'll pick up one, I'll use it for a little bit, and I'll pick up another one. My top few of them have been, recently I've gone back to the Rocket by Maybelline has been a favorite of mine for the longest time. You can go back to my old, like very first few videos of makeup, and you can see me talking about this. Another favorite has been Their Real Mascara from Benefit, which was a favorite for a little bit, and for a while now, it has been the Roller Lash from Benefit. I have loved it for the longest time. I like using it a lot. And another favorite is the Pixie Lower Lash Mascara. This is in the kit that Aspen did with them with the brow gel, and I just really love it because it's a lower lash mascara, which means it has a really tiny brush to it, and it's really great for like making your lashes look a lot fuller and stuff. I will say one disclaimer about this is that I feel like the color is not dark enough, so I kind of have to mix it with a darker mascara for it to really work well, I guess. And a few of them that I really have been, I'll go and I'll pick them up if I want to try them, has been one that I got in like a little sample kit, was the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash, which is a really great mascara, and the Tartiest mascara that's like this, and it has like a really cool top to it. And my recent pickup on mascara has been the new Maybelline Big Shot Volume Express mascara, the gold bottle. This mascara I kind of like and I kind of don't like. It's kind of a different, like a love-hate relationship with it. I don't really know if it really works as well as it says it does. I just have that opinion on it. I don't really know. I haven't really tried it out as much to know, but I've only tried it maybe like 3 or 4 times. So that is basically all I have for mascara. For lips, I don't really use a lot of different lipsticks, but my go-to for a long time has been the, where did it go? Oh. Has been the Butter by NYX, and it's just this really pretty brown nude color, and I really love it a lot. And I actually have recently been using the NYX Lingerie in Corset, and I'll put this on, I'll let that dry for a minute, and then I'll put this lipstick over it, and it looks really good, and I really love it. And then I'll always go to Maybelline lipsticks. If you're looking for a new lipstick color and you don't want to spend a lot of money on it, I would go for the Maybelline or NYX, one of the two, but Maybelline has been one of my go-to favorites for a drugstore, because the thing with where I live at, we don't really have, NYX is technically a drugstore brand, but the only place that I can get it is at Ulta. So I can't, or a Target, I guess, but I don't really have those really near me. They're more right beside each other, so most of the time, whenever I do go to get something from NYX, I will go to Ulta. But if I can't get to Ulta and I want a new lipstick, I'll go to Walgreens or CVS or wherever, and I'll get Maybelline lipstick because it's my go-to favorite. I have collected a lot of freebies and like samples from ordering things on Sephora and Ulta, and I'm actually thinking about doing a tutorial where I'm doing like a first impressions tutorial on things. But one thing that I have used before was the Kat Von D concealer, and I remember the Lock-It concealer, and I remember a long time ago people were raving about this for not really that much long ago, but a couple months ago, and I tried it out because I got a sample of it in this little like sheet thing, and it is amazing. I probably wouldn't buy it just because I'm hooked on my Wet n Wild concealer, but I would probably get it in like the future or whatever when I need a new concealer and I'm kind of over my concealer. But this is probably a really good concealer if you're looking for another high-end concealer to try out. But the few that I haven't tried out but I have been wanting to try out, and I'm thinking about doing a first impressions video like I said, is the Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD foundation. I have a little sample of that. I have a sample of the Too Faced Anti-Crease Eyeshadow Primer, so their eyeshadow primer, and then the Hourglass mineral primer is in here. So these things, if you have tried them, let me know down below so that I know whether or not to try it out. I mean, they're samples, so I can try them out anyways, and it's not like I wasted any money on them if I didn't like them, which is great with samples because that's where I find out a lot of my products is with samples. But that is all I have for you guys today. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and comment down below letting me know what videos you'd like to see next on my channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!